Hello and welcome to Infamous, the audio podcast. This is Brandon, or Mutilus on Discord.
This is Josh, or Grumelzog on Discord.
You know, I was just going through our analytics last week, and I posted this in the Discord. I don't know if you guys pay attention to it, but we have over 350 episodes of content apparently published just on Spotify. That's not counting like battle reports and stuff. And so I was just thinking about how many times I've said the opening, because we also had a podcast back in the day that was called L2 War Game. It was War Machine based. Mm-hmm. And we basically did the exact same thing, just the name of the podcast is different.
Have you had the same username for like ever?
Yeah, no, my username is actually my first City of Heroes character.
Nice.
Was Mutilus on the Liberty server.
So
way back when.
I think I've told you this, but mine is back in the day, very first time ever playing a tabletop RPG. I go to play a half-orc barbarian, and I needed a name. And I just sat and finally came up with it. I was like, Grumelzog. And it's like I'm the only one that uses it, so I never have to worry about it being like taken or anything. And so I was thinking, I've been using it for...
Well, because it's truly unique, right? Like nobody, like you just made up a bunch of letters and gave a meaning to it. But mine is actually just a Latin translation.
I think I literally sat with my Orcs and Goblins, like 5th ed army fantasy book, and just chose 3 different names and pulled parts of it. I was like, cool.
Yep.
Good to go.
Well, back then they would actually have like language breakdown in the book where it was like explained like the term, like the syntax of their verbiage and everything. And so, like, I don't know if they do that as much anymore, but it was always cool to read that stuff. Like, the glyph language orcs had, where you could actually, like, paint on the orc language onto your models. That was pretty cool.
I think they do, because I remember I had 5th ed 40k, and then 9th edition was when I quit. And I remember buying the 9th edition book. I was like, oh, man, this is cool. And reading through it, I was like, you motherfuckers literally just... copy pasted this every edition and change a few things. I was like, the lore is the same, all of the stuff is the same. I was like, this is nonsense. Why am I paying you $70?
Doesn't it?
So why am I paying $70 for this book I've bought when I was 14 in a game store? Like, that's nonsense.
The actual scary part is how much of their new stuff is also reused.
Yeah.
Because over time, like, you know, how many Space Marine codexes have there been? Like 16 or something ridiculous, probably. Obviously that's exaggeration, but it's probably like 12. Like it's a lot of Space Marine codexes they've had. And so throughout all of those, like 90% of what you see in all of them is just regurgitated from a previous one.
Yeah, it was written in 1995.
The first 3 had a fair amount of new content in it, and some stories are added and stuff, like artwork. Like, oh man, like there is albums of artwork that they've had that they just continually reuse in all these different places, and a lot of it's good artwork. Like I'm not complaining. It's just I think they do actually a really good job of curating their like artwork that they have.
Yeah,
it's just there's a lot that, like, a new person getting in, it looks like the encyclopedia of the entire world, and then every book has all this stuff in it, and then you like go get an older edition, or if the new one comes out and you realize it's 90% regurgitated, you're like, ow, like I was so excited.
I'm very curious to see, because I'm probably gonna, I hope it's still at the store, but you guys had the Orcs and Goblins Arcane Journal for Fantasy, the new edition. I was going to buy it when I was in there Thursday. And
you want me to check and see if it's still there?
You can. That'd be great. But I was looking, I'm like, I can't wait to crack that open. And I was just reading my 5th edition Army book and see if it's the exact same. If they just, James Workshop did it again. They sold me the exact same book.
Yep.
A second time. All the lore will be the same. It'll be fine, because I love my Orcs and Goblins, so.
We show one, I told them to pull it for you.
Cool. You guys have had it sitting there forever. Like, I figured it's there. I just also know my luck, and I'm like, I put it out in the universe, and I don't know who actually listens to me speak on this podcast, but they're like, I gotta get to the store and buy it before you get
this
there.
Won't come out till Saturday, okay. But yes.
I put it in the ether, and someone's like, "I gotta go buy it. I've been waiting weeks." Like, oh boy, the Orcs and Goblins book, and I show up Thursday. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, so like we were talking about a minute ago, Mutalisk used to be like free everywhere. Like I never ran into conflict issues with it. And then finally in like the mid 2010s, it started becoming a thing. And there's somebody else that uses Mutalisk out there now, and we have to fight for first on everything.
I think one time, because I always, generally, I'll use iterations of the name for like MMO characters.
Yeah.
So I'll have like Grumelzog, and that will be my fighter character. But then I'll play like a sorcerer or something, right? And I'll have like Grumelzul or whatever. And I just go through. I remember there's one time I was just going to use Grumel, and someone had taken it. I was like, it's not fucking possible. I will find this man. I will track him down in game. Be like, hey man, you stole my
You're out there doxing people on fucking WoW just to track down this 8-year-old kid.
It was WoW. I'll fully admit
it
was WoW Classic. I was like, who the fuck uses that name? That's a moron name. That's mine.
Yeah. Do you ever have those times when like you're answering the phone and like your brain's somewhere else at the moment that you answer it, but you answering the phone is muscle memory at this point, and so once you've missed the cue to start talking, you just don't know what to say.
Like, yes, or like
happened? You'll answer the phone at work and you're like, who the fuck am I again? Like. Like it's just if you're not like if it's reflex, like when you lift the phone, your brain just goes to the spot in the memory bank of what to say, and as soon as that process gets interrupted, they just like fail to find, and you just sit there for a second. You're like, do you need something? Like,
yep. Especially like my job, I have to do a lot of calling people, and I have like a script. If I not a script that I read, but like what I say, and I've just said it 300 times at this point, and so I'll call someone and it'll be because I work with like foster kids, and so I'm calling a foster parent, and I would already talk to them. I'm like, oh yeah, I know who you are. I'm like, but the script, I have to say the things to you. I have to, or I'll find myself like if someone calls me and I'm not paying attention, I do my phone call, my professional answer. I'm like, this is Josh Friedenberg with We Can Drive. And my mom will be like, yeah, I know who you are. I gave birth to you. I'm like, oh, sorry, Mom. I wasn't thinking about it.
Anyway, there was a time about a year ago that we were starting the podcast. I might have put this in the after credits, but and we just started recording. We got done with the time sync and everything, like with the claps. And then I just like some random thought popped in my head. So instead of starting like the sprawl at the beginning, I'm just like, I just sat there for like 30 seconds, like, what am I supposed to say again? And Parker's like, are you okay? I was like, I can't remember what I'm doing. Because and then as soon as it's not muscle memory, you have to think about what you're saying. And like, I haven't thought about it in years.
Yeah.
So it was just very funny. Anyway, so recent events, I've started playing a game that I've shown to Josh a few times called Meet Your Maker. I think it's very fun. Hey, you haven't played it, right, Josh?
No, I haven't. I did want to tell you, I picked up one. Well, CJ picked up one for me that I believe you had talked about.
Ooh.
Because we talked about it some podcasts. I own too many games on Steam, and I threw it on my wish list. Let me find it real quick.
So just to break down on Meet Your Maker, it's asymmetrical PvP that you don't fight directly against the other player. You fight against like challenges they've made. And so it's made by the same people who do, I think it's Dead by Daylight. It's Behavior Studios, I want to say. So I don't usually keep track of this stuff. Let me double check. It is Behavior Interactive. Yeah, Dead by Daylight is their popular title. But anyway, so you play a mutant clone in the post-apocalyptic wasteland of the far future. There's been this sci-fi virus has plagued humanity and wiped out all the normal humans, and the only ones left are basically these, secondary half-human clones that have barely survived the apocalypse. And like they're basically like servitors from 40K, where a lot of them are wired up to just be like basically robots at this point. They have like gun arms and stuff. Anyway, so you're trying to collect enough genetic material samples that isn't corrupted from the human race beforehand and use that to restart the human race. And you're just you're just a really good clone, I guess. Because there's I think that's how they justify you keep dying over and over again, is that you're just a clone. But anyway, you will basically buy plots of land in the wasteland, and then in those plots, you'll build a dungeon that's got a bunch of sci-fi traps in it and stuff. So have spike traps and dart shooter traps and flamethrower traps, stuff like that. There's some that drop bombs, and you can just put these subhuman guard clones that have weapons and stuff, and you can put them in your base, and you can record AI for them, so you can set patrol paths for them. And your goal is just to make it impossible for people to get through into the dungeon to your genetic material safe and then out. They have to get back out, and you can set traps to only appear on the way out and not on the way in, so you can kind of lull them into a false sense of security. But yeah, it's super fun because it's a very strategic puzzle game, but it's also combines elements of a first-person shooter. And so it's kind of like Doom meets Minecraft a little bit. But yeah, you can double jump. You have a zip line grapple hook thing, and then you can buy a bunch of different guns. You can buy a bunch of different melee weapons. You can upgrade your suit. You can get a force field. But the whole point is everything in the game is one hit point. So you can kill traps with a single hit. You can kill enemy mobs with a single hit, and they kill you with a single hit. There's no armor. You just die if they hit you.
It does look very interesting.
It's been very fun.
The Last Spell.
Okay, we think we did talk about that.
We talked about this.
It was on my wish list.
I'm showing it on your wish list. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know you talked about it, it looks super fucking rad and da-da-da-da. So, I think it was $5 or something during the Steam summer sale. So
I want to say, because we were always looking for a turn-based, top-down grid mage game.
Which is my shit. I love a good turn-based fucking...
Yeah, it's like XCOM, but with wizards is kind of what I was looking for. And as far as I can tell, The Last Spell is the closest thing I could find. But then Aaron found this game called King Arthur. What was it? It was a really weird fucking game.
That kind of sounds par of the course.
Yeah, because the theme
Gold?
does not...
King Arthur's.
The theme does not at all match what the game actually is, which is what threw me so hard about this King Arthur game. Here, I'm trying to find a picture of it because he posted.
Is it King Arthur Legion the Ninth?
The Legion of the Ninth thing doesn't sound correct.
Because this is, looking at it, you're playing as a undead Roman man, and it's definitely grid-based combat.
That might be it then. Where's the freaking... Oh, there we go. King Arthur Knight's Tale?
I'm looking at King
Arthur. What did you say it was called? Legion 9?
Legion IX, yeah.
Yeah.
Ninth Legion.
I can't tell if these are the same game or not. I think this is just a DLC for the other game. Oh, please don't play noise. Necrogore Games.
I need to go
that's just a sequel to the game.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Knight's Tale, I think, is the base game, and that's either an update or just a reimagining. But yeah, that was the weird part. It was it doesn't seem King Arthur-y, it seems Dark Souls-y. It doesn't at all seem to have a Camelot theme.
Yeah, it's this is dude.
It's super dark.
This commander of the Legion, he has demon legions, and he's invading. It's what? I've read a lot of mythology. I don't remember that being in King Arthur.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's what we were confused by. I think they just went with King Arthur because it was a catchy name.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem to make any sense. And Aaron hasn't come back and said that the story explains it, so I'm just assuming it makes sense. I'm going to
assume, looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
but yeah,
crazy.
It's a very different kind of game.
They made Inquisitor Martyr, which I played a ton of.
Okay.
Wow, those are those guys, eh?
It's Necrocore. Yeah, it looks like they do a bunch of 40k games.
Yeah.
They also do a bunch of Van Helsing games.
Yeah, interesting.
Oh, wow, they do it. Oh, it's just all Inquisitor. Okay. I was like, that's a ton.
Yeah, it's all Inquisitor.
I fucking hate DLCs so much, especially on GW games. Just well, we made this one title, and it was rushed out, not finished, no story, and only a quarter of the races are playable. but here's 93 DLCs for it. I'm like, fuck
Did
you
you just
so much.
describe Inquisitor Martyr that I took a week of work off to play, and it came out a super buggy mess, and I kept getting reset, and most of the builds didn't even work? As in, like, you would put points into them, and it was not actually triggering anything. And I was like, what is going on? And it had really good bones. And then by the time it came around where they fixed it up, the game was just dead. And the whole idea was to, like, it's an ARPG. So you're like, you want to play with other people and, like, pop in and run these little dungeons together. And it was dead. And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, and it's like if they just waited till it was actually finished to release it, obviously it wouldn't have had the community issue that it has that everyone quit because the game sucked when it came out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know it costs money to have stuff in production when you're not... Like, there's no income when you're developing it. Like, right? So if you push it out, you can use that income to supplement the development costs, but it also, like, poisons your community, so...
They did
I understand it's a fine line.
Holy cow.
The thing I'm looking at, though, like, you said you played Inquisitor Martyr, but, like, there's also this Van Helsing game they have, which looks kind of similar. Did they just reskin their Van Helsing game?
I'll bet you they did.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I would bet money that they're just like, yeah, man, we've already got the bones and all the riggings for it. Let's do the GW.
Yeah, I really dislike the way GW farms out their games.
They have
a lot of them end up being great games, but it's just this, like, you know, nickel and dime DLC culture, releasing unfinished games. Like, the whole thing feels very predatory, because the whole goal is to milk you for as much as they can get.
Yeah.
Because if you just wait and buy the whole thing on, like, Steam sale later for 80% off, it's a good deal. But if they're like implying that you're supposed to buy it at full price, which is absurd because it ends up being like a $300 game that you have to wait 6 months for them to finish development on. And it's just like, that's ridiculous.
They actually had to crack down on the people that do Total War, because before Total War, like, there's so many DLCs for Total War, right?
Yes.
And before they were doing, like, it's $20. It comes with 2 lords. Every lord has a unique playstyle. With, like, unique playstyle, and then within their own affiliated faction has a unique playstyle. And then they started getting greedy, and they were doing like $40 DLCs for one person and a whole thing. And the community, like, there was a DLC that came out, and no one bought it. It's one of the few times I've actually seen quote quote gamers come together to be like, if no one buys this we're going to boycott this, and they're going to retreat. And so they like, GW came in, was like, hey, you've got our IP and you're fucking up the IP right now, so don't do that. And they, you know what? They fixed it. You can now buy, like, if you don't like the whole DLC, you can buy the individual lords for them. Right? Because a lot of times it's like, I own all the Skaven DLC. I've never played a single Total War game of Skaven. I just keep playing. I play dwarves, and then I play orcs, and then I play high elves, and then I go back to playing dwarves, and I just rotate through those.
You're doing, like, one too many there. You just gotta cut the high elves out.
But I love the high elves. They were when I went to the store for the first time, that was the book I bought and, like, the units I bought. We've talked about this, the store that used to be by AMC. What was it called?
Battlezone.
Was it Battlezone?
The one in Olathe?
Yeah.
By the Target? Yeah, that was the Battlezone. Was at the end, last stop in the strip mall?
This one was right next to it. Yeah, I guess it was a strip mall, because it got torn down
so if
to
you're
be a hotel.
You're looking
now.
at the AMC 30, and on your right, the last one on the end was Battlezone. But they were only open for like a year and a half, maybe.
Yeah, but I know we stopped by because, you know, back in the day, you didn't have a way to look up movie times. You had to show up.
Oh yeah,
and, like,
you
show up, like,
call the hotline where somebody would just read movie times to you, which doesn't sound stupid at first until you realize how many playtimes there are for each movie.
Yeah,
and you're like, and there's 7 movies out. You're like, you'd be on the phone for half an hour just trying to figure out if your movie played at 7 or 8.
I think my dad would actually, like, go buy newspapers the week that we knew they were out, because the newspapers would list it in all the local theaters.
Dude, I would almost watch a show like that was like a time travel show of just kids today being thrown back into like the late early 90s
I,
and
I,
just be like, yeah, it's like, well, let's go to the movies. They're like, okay, do you have cash? What do you mean cash? Like, yeah, you have to have exact amount of cash that we're going to need for everything we're going to buy before we leave. Also, we have no idea what movies are playing or when they show.
yep.
And you can't call an Uber. You gotta walk or get someone to drive you. Like, and how are you gonna get back? Who's gonna pick you up? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, I'll just call my parents. Oh yeah, you gonna pay for a fucking payphone while you're there? He's like, oh my
Yeah.
god, like it's
And you know
just
what?
so ridiculous. The amount of infrastructure improvements we have now are so amazing.
You can't be late to that movie either because
Nope.
there is 5 minutes of ads and then the movie is
Yeah.
starting. Now, like anymore, like I have a neurotic need to be early to everything I
Yeah.
do, and I fight myself on movie theaters because I'm like, there are 30 minutes of ads. Why am I rushing to go watch trailers that were already yelled at me on YouTube? Like,
No, so that's the issue I have. Is I don't think that. And like it used to be, that was the only place you would see trailers. Really, was at movies.
at
Like you would almost
movies,
go
yep.
to watch the trailers, yeah, because they weren't everywhere else. We didn't have ad scroll on every screen we look at all day.
Nope. God, it was a wonderful world, Brandon. I miss it.
Yeah,
If I could figure out how to put an ad blocker on my phone, I would because I have one
do
on my
like the internet,
computer,
though.
and I have not watched an ad in forever because I just do
I
it all on my
remember.
computer, and there's ad blocks on everything.
I remember trying to hook up, like I think it was Homeworld, trying to hook up Homeworld to the internet to play online with people. And I was like, I can't figure this out.
I still remember I knew enough because Warcraft 3 is like probably my second favorite game of all time. And I knew
Okay.
World of Warcraft existed. And I was like, God, I want to play this so bad. So I like memorized. This was before there were even like wikis on everything. I just memorized the website and I was like, okay. And then I went to like try to be smart about it and realized my computer was not going to run World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
That I had at the time. Like we did not have good internet and my computer was not going to run it. And so I bought Guild Wars 1, which is another one of my like favorite games of all time. And it was not great. It was very ching. Thankfully that game is very forgiving, but it was like, yeah, this is difficult. But I have seen it hurts my heart to watch. But I have seen a couple like there are YouTube shows out there where they like show kids old technology. Got old in quotations for you listening.
I did see one where they made kids play Mega Man, and they got so infinitely furious because the game was like impossible. They're like, "How are you supposed to play this?"
I've watched one of kids trying to figure out how to make a tape player work because that's what I started on. Was like I had a tape player, and it's like you got to forward until you get to the song you want to listen to, and then you got to rewind, and like it's a whole process to do this.
Well, that's why you
and they were just like
the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You was like, we're not going to do this. Like we're going to listen to the whole thing. That's why like the first track on a tape was important because you could always start it right at the beginning.
Yep.
Like it mattered what song was first. The one that always gets me is the rotary phone. Like, just hand a kid a rotary phone and just leave. Come back in 6 hours, he'll still not know how to dial it. Like,
I think my grandma still has a rotary phone.
So impossible. Even if you know what you're doing, it's so easy to make a mistake.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, fuck, it had too much momentum that time. So, like, win an extra spot. You're like, fuck.
Yep. I remember when we used to have to, you couldn't do phone calls and play online at the same time. So my mom would have to yell downstairs and be like, "Hey, I'm about to make a phone call. You're about to lose internet." We're like, "Okay, cool. We'll stop what we're doing and you can do a phone call." Nowadays, that's inconceivable. I hate to admit, but I get mad when I'm like walk around. I'm like, "Why is my phone loading slow? There's internet everywhere. Beam it into my phone. Make it work faster."
So you picked up the last spell? Did you play it yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
I still have been on a Dwarf Fortress kick. I have been doing a lot of reading recently, and I've been enjoying that. So I haven't had times for video games as much, but I did pick it up. And once I finish this Dwarf Fortress Fort, which is probably going to collapse soon because I keep getting attacked, I think I'm going to download it and give it a try. So
cool.
I just have I always look through. It's crazy to me. Like I have so many Steam games. I haven't played a bunch of these.
Yeah, I got on a Humble Bundle kick for a brief period. So there's a lot of these games I don't even know what they are.
I
Like
love
Titan
Humble
Quest.
Bundle.
I don't even know what this game is.
I have 300 books on Humble Bundle. I'm just like,
Oh
I
my
gotta buy
god.
that. Like, okay, yeah. You know what Titan Quest is?
No, I own it.
Dude,
I've never installed it. I have no idea what this game is.
So Titan Quest is an ARPG. So it's just
Okay.
like Diablo, except for you're in the Greek world.
Okay.
And it's fucking rad. It's so rad. I'd play it if we had a group. I'd play it. There's a new one coming out too, but it goes from like the Greek world, and you gotta. I can't remember the story exactly. I want to say it's generic, like Hades is trying to break out of the underworld or something.
Sure.
But then it goes through for the DLCs. You have to go do Ragnarok, so you got to go to the Norse lands, and then you got to do Eternal Embers, which is Chinese, I believe, and then they have one set in the Atlantis as well, and it's pretty fun. I'm not a huge ARPG fan, but you can start getting real nutty with stuff. Yeah, Titan Quest is a good one. I just picked up Terraria as well.
That was one I never tried, but I had a roommate that played it a lot, so I got to see a lot of stuff in it. It
I
looked cool, but
I haven't played it, but it was like my brothers and I, because there's 4 of us, which is the
yeah,
perfect amount to do 4-player games. So we always try to find stuff that we can play together, and we play like one night a week. We all get together, play our 4-player game, and this one is like Terraria is like a classic. It's like Stardew Valley, where it's like it has a super huge following. It's really well done. It's well done because the people that made it gave a shit, and because they did that, it like made them a ton of money, more money than they'll ever be able to spend.
cool.
But they had a little like, oh, buy all 4, or buy 4 versions of the 4 copies of the game, send it to 3 friends, good to go. And it's very much like, as I understand it, 2D Minecraft.
A lot of people say that. I watch a couple streamers, and they all say that it's nothing like Minecraft, other than the visual that it's block based.
Okay,
But once you get past the block based concept, it's not really like Minecraft at all. And the parts of Minecraft, the reason I like Minecraft is the exact reasons I don't like Terraria. And it's because just like I like the parts of Minecraft that Terraria doesn't have.
gotcha. No, but I'm excited to try it. We're almost done with Baldur's Gate 3, which is a slog. That game is so long.
Yeah, I've heard it's very
It's
good.
twice as long on single player because you can actually do all the side quests.
Mm.
And I don't know if you've met Zach, but he gets a little murder hobo-y when we play
Yeah.
those kind of video games. He's very much like, why are we talking to these people? We could just stab them and take their things. I'm like, we could. That's right. That is a correct course of action. Trying to think if there's any. Were you a Dawn of War fan?
I was a Dawn of War 1 fan.
So they're doing a Dawn of War 1 remake. Did you know that?
I heard that they're doing like a remaster.
We'll see how it goes because
Yeah, I saw the Diablo remaster, and I was not optimistic after seeing that.
So I was like, because I played a shit ton of Dawn of War. I was like, this is great. And then they announced the remaster, which I knew was coming. Like, it was a matter of time. Especially because it's 15 years old now, 20 years old. And it does not look great. They like put the bare minimum to slap on new textures, and they're like, yeah, cool.
Are you talking about Diablo or
Dawn of War? Dawn of War.
Okay.
And so I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know how hard it'd be to just really update the graphics, like to look nice.
Yeah.
I would imagine not incredibly hard.
Well, the old graphics aren't that great anyway, so it's like you're
The
starting.
old graphics are really not good.
You're
but,
starting
I mean,
from 1. You're trying to get to 3. That's not hard. Like it's a bare minimum of things.
Did you play a lot of the GW games?
I have played most of them at one point or another.
Did you play Space Hulk Deathwing?
Let me check real quick. I tried to play this.
Okay.
and I bought it on PlayStation,
Oof.
and there was a bug at the very beginning that would not allow me to advance into the first level. And so I deleted my fucking save and restarted, and the same bug existed, and I was like, I'm going to refund this because that's nonsense. But I loved the idea. Like, it
So
looked
yeah,
really cool.
I played it on PC, and I was very impressed. It basically ends up just being Left 4 Dead, but Space Hulk instead of zombies.
Yeah.
Um, which was really cool. I mean, I think there were some issues, like the weapons were kind of samey. Like they didn't really matter what weapon you had, unless you had the one really good weapon.
The
But Left 4 Dead's
Thunderhammer.
kind of the same way. If you have an assault rifle, you have an assault rifle. It doesn't matter if you have the AK
Yeah.
or the M4. It's like they're the assault rifle. But like they kind of made that like a big deal in the game. It's like you get a Storm Bolter, and then finally after 20 missions, you unlock the Reaper 2 Storm Bolter, which is just objectively worse than the basic Storm Bolter.
Don't you love it?
Fuck. It's like not even slightly worse, it's objectively worse. And you're like, okay, I guess. And then finally you unlock like the third Storm Bolter, and it's even worse than the second one. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, just invert them. Like, give them the shitty one to start. Like,
Yeah.
how do you not get this? And then you get the assault cannon, and it's just completely worthless. Like, it's unusably bad. I'm like, oh, goddamn, I was so excited to use this thing. Now, then you get the plasma cannon. Plasma cannon's okay, but then there's like the better plasma cannon is insanely good. And so that one's amazing. And then the heavy flamer's like silly good too. So it's like really, those are the only like three things. You see the basic Storm Bolter, the super plasma cannon, which is insane. It's like, it's named after, it's like the Spear of Caliban or something.
Fuck
And
yeah, dude.
It's really fucking good. It's a rapid fire plasma cannon. And so normally the plasma cannon's like a 3-second delay on the shot. You have to charge and then fire it, but it's a big blast. So the Spear of Caliban's like half the size of the blast, but it's just like automatic. So you're just like blah 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 blah, and you just like, and it leaves these like circles of death, and you just kill an entire room.
Yeah.
And the heavy flamer is as cool as you think it is. Like you press the button down and you kill everything in that direction.
I did play back in the day an unhealthy amount of the pyro on TF2. I was just like,
Cool.
why wouldn't I just light people on fire? Like, that's exactly how I want to play this game.
Yeah.
But no, I remember like watching it being like, this is so cool. And then like I kept trying to play. I was like, no, not doing it.
I would very much like to play some multiplayer Space Hulk now, because like the campaign is fun, but there's classes you don't even get access to in the campaign. You have to play multiplayer to get them. There's like a chaplain, and you can't even play the chaplain in the campaign.
Oh, I do love chaplains.
Yeah. And so you play like a librarian, chaplain, there's the heavy support guy, and then there's like the sergeant, or like the 4 classes, I want to say. It's been a while. But yeah, they were pretty cool, and there's a lot of fun stuff about it. But the biggest downside to the game for me was how like disappointing a lot of the weapons were, and like the progression could have been flushed out better, which obviously would have taken some playtesting, but it's mostly doesn't matter because you're just killing hordes of gene stealers. That's fine.
Yeah.
The thing that impressed me the most, I didn't realize I was going to like, was just walking around in the environments. The environments were absolutely beautiful. Like there's this one mission that you do on a Black Templar ship, and you're walking around, and it's like the typical deck plating corridors, but everything's like so detailed. Like it feels like you're like in the set of Aliens. So like every pipe goes somewhere, every wire goes somewhere. It's not just cookie cutter like hallways. And then you get to, there's like a cathedral room, and you go in, and it's like 80-foot tall ceilings with this like Gothic architecture and black and white tiling and statues and all this crap. I'm like, this is amazing. There's texture and light effects on everything. It looks so beautiful. And it's just so cool to walk around on a Space Hulk. And it's like, this is so fun. Like, you'd get distracted from playing the mission because you're just wandering around looking at the scenery.
Yeah. That's how it is
like,
when I play. Go ahead.
Meanwhile, we have fucking Gumby graphics on like other games they're releasing. I'm like, come on, man.
Have you played Darktide?
No, I played a little bit of Vermintide.
Okay, Vermintide's pretty rad, but like I played Vermintide 2 just so I could play my Glorious Warrior Priest.
Yeah.
And the graphics are still kind of dumpy, but Darktide is their 40K one they did. And the gameplay's fun. Like, I enjoy it. It's one of those ones, like, I'll hop on if one of my brothers is on. I'm like, hey, you want to just, like, do a couple missions or something? But the sound and level design is so good. It's crazy. Like, the sound design, it's like gothic cathedral music, but at, like, a high tempo when you're, like, fighting hordes of stuff. And they really nailed the whole, you're inside of a hive city in 40K. And so you look up and it's just city stretching
More
all
city,
the way,
yeah.
like as far as you can see. Like, all, because a lot of it is like, you're like, hey man, you gotta crawl through some sewers because that's where the Nurgle cultists are hiding. So go do that. And it's like, oh, okay. And then you look up and there's just spires going all the way farther than you can see. It is very good. Very well designed.
Nice.
I need to play Bolt Gun as well.
I've looked at that one a couple times. I've never played it.
I've heard it's really fun. Like, it looks like a good little download, beat in 8 hours, come back when you're bored sort of thing. So,
all right, now this is the you can't be my friend anymore test. Have you played Portal?
okay. I have not played Portal.
Not friends.
I do own Portal and Portal 2.
Do you understand how much worse that is?
I'm more, and it's going to get so much worse because I've owned it for a decade. I've owned them for a decade, and I've had them, and I'm like, I know I need to play these. I know these games are beloved by everyone that plays them. I know I will enjoy it. And then every time I'm like floating around looking for a game, I'm like, should I download Portal? Or should I download Morrowind again? And then I download Morrowind again. But next time I'm floating, I promise you I will play Portal and Portal 2. Because they only take like 4 hours to beat, right?
So Portal 1, if you're really focused on beating it and you're not taking your time, I think you can beat it in like an hour or so. Maybe 2 hours. Portal 2 is much longer. Because they realized, like, it was so fun. Everybody loved it so much. They really took their time with the second one. And so the first one, there's definitely a story to it. And it's somewhat interesting. But it's kind of like a story because it's an absence of a story. It's interesting because they don't tell you anything. You just know just what you need to get by. And it's very interesting. I believe it takes place in the Half-Life universe. I never played that series, so I'm not sure. But I know it's like one of the companies it's their like flagship game, yeah. But then the second one, they really, really expand it to I think as much as you can, and they did a really good job of that. But yeah, I cannot say enough how they like brought puzzle games back into the mainstream by themselves. Like, it was such a amazing game.
Do you like puzzle games?
I do.
Okay, I've got one for you.
Okay.
It's 100% worth buying at full price. I would also say, like, throw it on wishlist. The parameters are, you cannot look up anything about this game.
Okay.
You can go look at the reviews. Don't look up any of the little tidbits about the game.
Well, I hate spoilers, so I would never do that anyway.
Okay. And then try your very best while playing to not look up a guide.
Why? Okay, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I refuse to use instructions when I assemble models because they're spoilers. Like, I do. I'm not going to look anything up.
Okay, then this is your perfect game.
I will beat my head against the wall for hours in frustration before I Google how something works.
Okay, you will love this game then.
Okay.
It is one of the most beautiful games I've ever played. Like, I would say there's a handful of games where, like, I beat them, the end credits scroll, and I just need to, like, go outside and smoke a cigarette and look at the sky and just be like, what did I just witness? Like, what just happened to me? But it is called Outer Wilds.
I think I know this game.
Yeah, it's been talked. I saw it all over, like, Reddit and stuff. People like, Outer Wilds, Outer Wilds. Every time a thread was like, what's the number one game I need to play? People
okay, hold on, maybe
Outer
not.
Wilds.
Is this the game I'm thinking?
And dear listeners, please, highly suggest. You might be thinking of Outer Worlds, which is the Obsidian, like, shoot 'em up Borderlands kind of game.
Hmm.
But Outer Wilds is phenomenal. So very good. And I got frustrated and looked up a guide to get myself going. And when I beat it, I felt like I had cheated myself. I was like, no, I should have kept trying. I should have looked at clues and thought through. Because it's basically like a whole solar system as a puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Like cartoonified, scaled down. But like, you got to think through it. And I was just like, I cheated myself by looking up a puzzle.
Yeah, like it doesn't look outside my wheelhouse on first glance, so I put it on my wish list. I will take a look at it. Interesting.
I have not played the DLC.
Oh, they're the ones that did Stray.
Are they the ones that did Stray?
It says more from Anna Purina Interactive. Eldith Finch.
Oh, that's the publisher.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if this studio has done.
Developer Mobius. Mobius sounds familiar too. Okay, I'll take a look at it.
Okay, like I said, I very much enjoyed it when I beat it, and I was just like, "Oh my god, this game is fantastic!" And I'm not a huge puzzle gamer, but you
could beat Portal tonight.
I could.
Well,
that's the thing I've been saving it for. Is I'm like, some Saturday, I'll download Portal. I'll go get myself a 6-pack, and I'll just sit there and drink the 6-pack while I play Portal. And like,
no, you need to get like a 24-pack because as soon as you finish Portal 1, you're immediately going to start playing Portal 2.
So download them together is what I'm hearing.
You'll just start downloading Portal 2 while you're playing Portal 1, and you're like, okay, I see where they're going with this.
Okay.
But the thing, I don't know if I'm the only one that believes this because I don't read what the internet thinks. I don't ask other people for their opinions generally unless it's like this kind of forum when we're having a conversation about said topic. I won't go out and like try and find out what other people think about things I like. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like I'm like the only one that does that anymore. Like I don't go ask people if they also like Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I just state that I like it.
Yeah.
And so, but like in my opinion, Portal is like a very solid 8.5 out of 10. Like probably a 9. The only reason it's not higher for me is because it's so short. If it's a longer game, I would probably give it at least a 9. Okay. It's a great game. It's really fun. It's really like intellectually engaging, and it's exactly like as challenging as I think the average video game should be. But Portal 2 adds a whole new storyline, like intrigue element to it, and is like 5 times as long. And so I give Portal 2 a 10 out of 10. Like it's one of the few video games I'll give a 10 out of 10 to. It is one of my favorite games of all time.
Okay.
I've only met one person that's ever played through Portal 2 that didn't like it. And that person is a deranged psychopath.
Okay.
Like that person, I don't know a single person that respects that guy's opinion. He is a complete idiot and a fool. Okay. And everyone knows it. I'm not going to shame him on the podcast, but like you know who you are. I asked him why he didn't like Portal, and he said, well, there just wasn't enough killing in it. And I said, it's a puzzle game. And he said, yeah, I know. And I was just like, all right, we never need to speak again.
Yeah.
Like I've learned everything I need to know about you.
That's Jesus. I mean, it does have
psychopath.
It has 156,476 overwhelmingly positive reviews.
That seems good. Is that a lot?
It's below 200,000, but
Yeah. Where are you finding this? I don't even know where to go to find reviews.
So if you go to the store page,
okay.
When you get to the store page, it'll give you all the details. Like this came out 2007, published by Valve.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
Overwhelmingly positive.
It's only got 4,000 recent positive reviews.
Yeah, exactly.
Came out
and that means
14 years ago.
And recent reviews are within the last month, I think, is the record. So, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I do like to go through reviews sometimes after like I've played the game and stuff, because people be funny, dude. Like you'll go through a review and some guy will have like 7,000 hours in a game. He's like, it's pretty good. It's like, okay, like guy.
7,000 hours.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like, yeah, I liked it, I think.
Well, here, you're looking at Portal 1, right?
Yeah, I was looking at Portal 1.
Portal 2 has 365,000 overwhelmingly positive. 4,000 this month.
That's crazy.
It's so nuts. It's such a good. It's literally like maybe my favorite. It's definitely my favorite single player video game of all time. It's so good.
Yeah, okay, here, let's see. I'm just going to read one review for lulz. It says, giant lesbian computer lighting a cigarette. When I started testing, you weren't born yet. Isn't that weird? And it says, me so nerve toxin I can't stand straight. Can you put that out on me?
That's a surprisingly accurate review.
That's hilarious.
Mhm.
Okay. Maybe my next... Because I'm
Hey,
a very
we could
much...
just all play it together.
We
We'll
could.
just get a bunch of people online. We'll all play Portal together.
Because I'm very much a person, like, I work till I drop. So I just go, keep working, and then randomly I'll just like, you know what? I've got the flu on Friday. So when Friday rolls around, I'm going to have the flu. So I think maybe this would be a good, like, I have a weekend, nothing to do, call in on a Friday and just play Portal.
Yeah, I think if you just called your boss and said, I'm going to play Portal tomorrow, I'm not coming in, I think they'd be okay with it.
She'd be like, it's fine. No big,
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, we're good. Okay. I've heard lately that there's a lot of people that pick their nose. Have you heard this?
Yes.
Because I was just born with mine.
It's pretty good. I enjoyed that one. I don't understand how Jeremy gets so worked up over dad jokes. Like, I like a good dad joke. I'm like, ha.
He's
made me laugh.
He's one of those people that can't express how they feel, and so he actually really likes them.
Okay. He's got like two emotions. He can only flip between those two.
Yeah.
And it's like neutral or anger, and that's all he's got. Love
What
you, Jeremy.
What's another just unanimously popular game that everyone likes? I'm just curious, like, on a scale. Like, I have no frame of reference for how good this review is for Portal 2.
So, hold on.
Let's do Baldur's Gate 3.
You do Baldur's Gate 3. Here, I've got one for you. Stardew Valley, which I love. Love Stardew Valley. 780,082 overwhelmingly positive reviews. 16,799 overwhelmingly positive reviews on recent. So that's like within the last month.
That's a lot.
I think it's either tied or close to being like the most sellingest game of all time.
Damn.
Like, it's crazy, but it's a great game. I always joke it's the millennial dream simulator because it's like I don't have to work an office job. I can just go raise stuff on a farm. Neat, cool.
So what I want to know is, like, what's the percentage of reviews? Like, did they just not show that on Steam?
So actually, you should be able to go into, like, if you click the like overwhelmingly positive, there's a graph.
Okay.
And you can like get the graph and get data because sometimes, like, if you ever go look at like Helldivers 2, you can see they made a cape of it, which is hilarious. But you can see like the dips of bad patches and stuff like that. Yeah, let's see. July 9th, 2025 had 47 negative reviews for Stardew Valley, and then it had 829 positive reviews.
So it's not launch day, but August 1st, 2023, Baldur's Gate 3 had 7,370 negative reviews and 174,000 positive, so 96% positive.
Oh god, that's another one. 681,586 overwhelmingly positive
God, this
reviews.
has got to be like the greatest content ever. We're just reading from graphs to the audience.
Go on Steam, follow along.
I'm sorry if you hate this,
reader.
everyone, but I find this vastly entertaining. Here we go. All right, July 9th, 2025. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
99% positive.
Yes. That sounds correct.
Okay, here we go. There are some negative reviews. Let's see. Okay, December 1st, 2019, 77 negative reviews for Portal. 7,750 positive. That's the worst day I can find. 99%. Anyway, all right, let's move past this. I'm sure people hate this. All right. I cannot endorse Portal 2 enough. Please go play it. That's for audience, not you. I know you're going to play it, or I'm going to murder you.
Yes, I will play it.
Yeah.
If you have,
I'm going to be Grumel, and I'm going to find you.
I'll just yell the entire time. On the flip side, yes. If you want a very cozy, it's my de-stressor game. Like, if I have a really stressful day at work, I hop on and I do more work in Stardew Valley. I do more work on a farm. I'm like, this is relaxing. All right, cool.
I don't really have stressful days, mostly because I don't really feel stress like other people do. Uh, but yeah, I generally just enjoy the games I enjoy. I don't know, it's hard to put into words. I've heard that a lot of other people need like de-stressor games. It's just that's never been a thing for me.
For me, it's just like getting my mind to think about something
Yeah,
else.
like
Because otherwise,
decompressing and like
yeah, otherwise I'll just sit
recalibrating.
there and like I'm a list maker.
Yeah.
So like I just go through life. I'm like, this is the list of things I need to do today, this week, this month, this year. What are the like? How's this list? Like, okay, I need to review the list, and I just sit there and I'll just spin. And so I need something that just captivates me enough. I'm not just thinking. So
All right. Well, let's jump into Mojo World for this week.
Mojo World.
We're going with super morbid topic. Celebrities that we miss the most. I was trying to think of a way to put this that isn't just horribly depressing, but
Yeah.
at first I was like, let's do celebrities we would bring back to life, and that
If
got
you were a
kind of dangerous
necromancer.
really fast. Yeah,
Who would you rip from the grave? Okay.
I did see a funny skit about like this necromancer. It's like a comic strip, and he's like, all right, so check this out. All I do is I follow around this one serial killer and bring all of his victims back to life. But I get them to agree before I let them go that they won't say anything. And so I'm just gaslighting the fuck out of this one serial killer who told his victims he doesn't know if it's all in his head or not. And it's like he doesn't know what to do. He just keeps killing more people and they keep not disappearing. And he's like, they're at work again today. I don't know what to do. Like,
That's funny.
it was a really funny comic. Okay, so what we're going to do is just say, like, basically celebrities that you miss the most. So I won last week because I'm clearly the greatest at knowing authors. That's something I'm well known for. Everyone knows that about me. And so I'm just glad that we won. I got to show it with a vote that I know the most authors. So, all right. So you're up this week, Josh. Go and take the obvious first pick that everyone would have taken.
I thought you got first dibs as winner.
No, the winner goes last and picks the topic.
Okay.
And so everybody else gets to go first.
I can't not take the most obvious one. Betty White.
Are you really taking Betty White?
I'll do it.
I will happily take somebody instead of Betty White.
We'll see.
All right, Betty White. The Golden Girl herself.
The Golden Girl. Just kind, funny.
Okay, I actually don't know what's going to happen here. I think this might be the biggest landslide win in the history of Mojo World, if you're going to let me take not Betty White first.
I want it to be a challenge.
All right, I can respect that. You know what? I like the cut of your jib. You're going to like Portal even more now.
Okay.
All right. So for my first pick, I'm going to go with Robin Williams.
Yes.
And then close second, Alan Rickman.
Oh, you bitch.
Okay. You shouldn't have let me do it. Like, there's no fucking way you're going to... You could pick Gandhi and Mother Teresa, you're still done. Like...
Okay, so I get to pick the next two?
You get the next two, and I get the final pick. Yeah.
Okay. So my next two, Chester Bennington.
That was my number 3.
I miss Chester. Lincoln Park was extremely formative to my youth. Still listen to Meteora probably at least once a year. And
I listen to Lincoln Park every week.
Yeah. Number 3 is going to be George Carlin.
Okay. I was not really old enough to appreciate George Carlin because he's the comic guy with like the white hair, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he was in Dogma.
Yes.
Yeah. I only remember him really from Dogma and like random really popular clips of his stand-up.
I found him, I think by the time I found him, he was already dead. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he died in 2008. And I found him in college, and I was just like, dude, this guy's hilarious. I like his take on everything.
Yeah.
CJ and I actually always joke, we're like, we wish he was alive today to comment on the stuff, but we're like, he would just have a heart attack again, so it wouldn't do him any good.
All right. Well, you've officially given me a hard choice. I have 4 people left on my list. I did not. Betty White was a curveball for me. I was not expecting that. Mm-hmm. All right. I think I'm going to go with Heath Ledger.
Oh, that's a good one.
And because I like Heath Ledger's early stuff, like the rom-com, like Knight's Tale and Things I Hate About You and stuff. Like, that's fun. But like we literally saw him transitioning into like the next phase of his career when he became a serious, kind of like Matthew McConaughey, where he became a very serious actor after being like this rom-com guy. And so, but not only that, but like he seemed like a genuinely good person, and so like seeing him go, like that was rough. And then obviously like everyone else we already talked about was, gutting mostly.
Yeah.
At least like George, like same thing for me. Like he wasn't important to me when he died, and so it wasn't like at least emotional, like right when like the other people die. Like losing Robin Williams was like that was like the first big celebrity of my time, because obviously like every generation has this, but there's the ones that you grew up with when you were young. And like Robin Williams was definitely up for me. Like I remember watching Jumanji like when it came out and like all this stuff.
On
like
repeat.
He was a very influential person in my childhood.
Yep.
Like Genie, like all that stuff. And so, and he was still, well within like the bell curve of life. And so like see him go like that was rough.
What's the movie? Hold on. There's a movie I can't watch. Jack.
Yeah.
I can to this day, still not watch Jack because I'll just openly weep. Like I'll just be sitting there, just like, oh my god. But yes, Robin Williams was a big one. Do we do honorable mentions now, or?
Well, hold on real quick. Okay. So there's one Robin Williams movie that I haven't seen yet. That's on my list to watch. I just haven't ever got around to watching. And part of it is probably because he died. But I have never seen Good Will Hunting. And so it's on my to watch list, but like I've kind of avoided it for that reason. That it's like, it's like the last thing I have from Robin Williams I haven't seen yet. And so it's like it's there when I want it.
It is phenomenal. I did not see it until like I think 2020 because I was like at home doing I worked from home during the pandemic. No, I worked from home during the pandemic like every day.
Mm-hmm.
And the roommate I was living with at the time, his hobby is movies. So he probably had 400 to 500 like physical copies of movies. And so I would just like pull random ones off during the day and play them. And they would be my background noise while I worked. And so I finally watched Good Will Hunting. And it's obviously, I'm sure you know this, but very worth your time.
Mm-hmm. I have a list of movies that I need to watch. And this segment is the main reason for that. Because I was like, it always comes, I was like, yeah, I guess I've never seen that. I should probably watch it.
Yeah. That's why I like to do the YouTube free with ads. Because I block all the ads. But it's something they put a lot of like classics and stuff on there that I just haven't seen yet.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I saw the Thing for the first time this year.
Oh, really? I love The Thing. It's great.
It was a great movie. And so I throw it on because I like to play a lot of like sim games where I'm just like watching things happen on the screen. So I can watch a movie while that's happening. So you should definitely take a look at it because they throw some bangers on there sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, I never think to look on there for movies. Because like I share a lot of accounts with different people. And so, but until like recently, I basically had Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, and I pay for I think Paramount Plus and one other one. And so I basically had access to pretty much anything. And then also like I'm not above like pirating stuff. If it's like, hey, I already have like 6 subscriptions. If you chose not to put it on one of those, it's kind of your deal.
Yeah.
Like within reason, like obviously new stuff. Like I'll usually avoid watching stuff that's not out yet. But like that's the main reason I have Disney Plus, because I know I'm going to watch all the Marvel movies. So it's like by the time you pay for movie tickets, you're basically getting a full refund.
Yeah, and Disney Plus is definitely one of the ones that's like it's a good investment because there's always stuff on there too.
Originally, when I had gotten it, I kind of planned on just like playing MCU movies on the work TV and just like having it as ambiance at the store, but I've never actually done it. I've always intended to. I just never. I'm always like busy and don't think about it.
So I'm curious about that. Maybe I'm there at the wrong time, but like there are TVs at the store, and I don't know if I've ever seen anything played on them.
We don't generally play TV on them. We play music and stuff.
Okay.
And so we'll either pull up like a YouTube playlist, or I'll usually do a Spotify stream.
Okay.
We also use it to cast like tournament pairings and stuff. So like on big Magic events, like the player list and the tournament results will be on that side, and so I can just look at it without coming in and asking. Ooh. The next thing on my watch list is I want to go through and rewatch all of the Tarantino movies. I saw most of them when I was younger,
Yeah.
and I don't think I really appreciated them for what they were. Like Pulp Fiction, I think I was like 10 years old when I watched it. It's like I didn't get a lot of the movie the first time around, and a lot of them I haven't rewatched. And so now that I really appreciate his movies more, I want to go through and watch all of them.
Not to derail, but do you have a favorite Tarantino film?
Oh, honestly, because it's a little bit of recency bias. Probably, honestly, Django. Like,
That's a good choice. That's a
yeah,
very
I
good
like.
choice.
They're all good, right? Like, I didn't like Once Upon a Time very much. It was fine. I felt let down by that movie, but again, I was kind of watching it while I was doing something, and so I didn't really pay attention to it. And that's what I want to do is I want to act because like he actually pays attention to like little detail stuff.
Yeah.
Fun fact: have you seen Hateful Eight? I assume.
Yes.
Do you know he did that movie as an homage to The Thing?
Really?
It's supposed to be like a reimagining of The Thing.
Interesting.
And I want to say it's the hat and glasses that oh god, I know
Kurt
his
Russell?
name. What's his name? Yeah, so the hat and glasses Kurt Russell wears in The Thing are worn by the sheriff in the Hateful Eight. Walton Goggins, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they're like actually the props from the movie, supposedly.
that's cool.
And I don't know that's true. Also, there's another thing. There was a historical music museum that
Priceless
lent the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lent this famous like historical guitar to the movie, and nobody told Kurt Russell, so he smashes the real guitar in the scene, and that's why everyone freaks out. They're all like, "Oh no!" Like,
yep,
because nobody told him not to break that guitar. They were going to give him a prop.
But yes, Inglourious Bastards is my favorite film of all time. I watch it.
It's up there. Like it's
at least once a year, if not twice. I love that movie so much. I used to be able to quote it verbatim.
Yeah. So the first time I ever watched that was actually it was a pirated download that my roommate had gotten. And so he's like, "Hey, I got the new Inglourious Bastards if you want to watch it." I was like, "Sure, I might as well." And so we had a media PC in the living room. So I just pull up VLC player and I play the file. And I was like, "God damn, this is the most dramatic, dry movie I've ever seen." Because it opens with Waltz talking to that farmer guy.
Yeah, the French farmer.
And they have this really intense dialogue back and forth. But man, it was just like so slow. Like they were really milking every word. I was like, I don't know if I can watch another hour of this. Because it's been like 30 minutes that this fucking scene's been going. And eventually I was like, there is no way that this is a Tarantino film. They should be way faster than this. And then it cuts to the scene with Brad Pitt talking to the soldiers. And I realize it's in slow-mo. And it's been playing at 1/2 speed the entire time. I was like, because it's like, "You all owe me." I'm like, oh my god. I realized I walk over, I changed the speed. I went, oh my god.
That's hilarious.
Somebody had changed it to 50% speed and didn't change it back.
The opening scene is maybe 20
minutes
long.
Like 5-10 minutes. No, it was like half an hour when you slow it down. God, it was so long.
Terrible.
Because all the credits took forever too. I was like, fuck me, this is going forever. It was very funny. I was laughing in the living room by myself. Okay. I have one final question for you, Josh.
Okay.
What did Ace Ventura say to the person that doesn't like coffee?
I don't know.
All right. Tea then.
Oh, Jesus. That took me a second. Okay.
It took you a second.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Honorable mentions for Mojo World. I have the late, great Chris Farley. I think I would have put him much higher on this list if this was longer ago, but I think that's a lot of my childhood talking. Chris Farley was very funny when I was a child. Also, I have Steve Irwin and Michael Clark Duncan.
Those are some good. Michael Clark Duncan's a good one.
Yeah. Watching Sin City 2 with not Michael Clark Duncan in it was the most jarring of the recasts for me by far. I was just like, yeah, you really can't replace Michael Clark Duncan. Not just for like the size. Like he's obviously a massive dude, but like he just has this like jovialness that's also like gravitas at the same time that you cannot replicate with like.
He had a ton of presence. Whenever he's on the screen, he just like commanded your attention, and it was very good.
Mm-hmm. Talk about another movie like Green Miles. Oh my god, you could watch that movie any day of the week almost.
That's another one that I don't think I've watched since I saw it because I know I'll just weep again. I'm just like, okay, I'll just cry. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
My two shoutouts are Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee.
He got like such a full run of his life though that
he's crazy, dude. He's a freaking like talk about living life completely. That guy did it.
Single greatest resume in the history of mankind, maybe.
Oh,
like that guy was the true Renaissance man.
Yep.
I tried to explain it to Aaron one day on the podcast. I was like, do you know who Christopher Lee is? He's like Sauron, right? It's like Saruman, yeah. And it's like, but do you know what he did? Like, he did fucking everything.
Yeah. Did you know he was the inspiration for James Bond and the cousin of the guy that wrote it and could have married into Danish royalty?
Yeah.
I was like, no.
He released a heavy metal album.
Yeah.
It's like he did everything.
Yep.
He's doing the bucket list from age 1.
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
My final one, I only have 2, is Bernard Hill, who played King Theoden in Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Because I still watch like just his scenes. Like I'll go on YouTube and I'll just like Bernard Hill Theoden because
his speeches were so great.
Because the nature of the world we live in, they will eventually remake those someday, maybe 100 years.
Hopefully, hopefully we're not.
Hopefully, I'm long dead. Yes.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna be doing some rolling.
Yes, I don't think you'll be able to find someone that just like completely captures and plays the character as well.
I mean, man, talk about like a cast. Oh my god.
No, there's zero complaints about
Mortensen, fucking Christopher Lee, like fucking everybody was so perfect. Anyway.
Yep.
All right, anybody else?
That's all I got.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for tuning, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed our ramblings and reading of graphs. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. This has been Brandon.
And Josh.
And you just listened to Gone But Not Forgotten.
So what are we going to call this thing?
I got it. Okay. Incredible, new, fantastic, astonishing, mighty, original, uncanny, sensational podcast.
I'm just going to put down infamous.